Hey guys, Sporry here. I'm back. I said I might do a video tonight, and here I am. I figured sometimes, I could go for, a good amount of time without vids. So sometimes I'm like, if I can pump out a few vids and I'm sitting around or whatever, I'll do that. See, my business approach is just to pump out cheap rubbish videos, just swamp you with cheap rubbish videos. Nah, not really. Might be a tactic though, but no, I do want to give you the genuine thing. So I'm excited. So I'm going to title this one a weird name. It's going to be called something like, it's already been titled, I know, because you're listening to it and I've put it out there, and then something like Cream of Vanlife. Yeah. So, you ready? There's the clapsticks. So this is my little tactic. So if you haven't seen the video prior to this, making clapsticks, you have to watch that one, because then you'll see the process of these beautiful mulga clapsticks. Now the lighting's not making them look as good, but look how you dropped it. Identical they're looking. It's a bit of the knot here. Goes right through. There's a knot in that one, but I managed to successfully get around the knot. Just borrows experience. And if you're wondering why am I wearing a captain's hat, well, this is my ship. I'm a captain. It's raining outside. It's kind of cozy. But I'll get onto that in a second, what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, how pretty. And the sound, it seriously hurts my ears when I want, like, listen to this. Actually hurts my ears. It's a good ear banging, man, for sure. Like, bang, bang. Like, how cool's that? Guys, for my Australian friends, I'll sell these for $50 pair. Beautiful percussion instruments. Beautiful. You can take them with you, whip them out, camping. Start singing, mate. I think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends. Oh, baby. Maybe not Britney Spears, but you know what I mean? Like, you could do a song. And I find too, I mean, this is just me, but I find they're very, music's very spiritual. I could say a lot about that, but it's very spiritual. It speaks to places in ways other things can't. And I just find with clapsticks, and this isn't my humour at all, but I'll just make sounds. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Don't take yourself too seriously. And you can do that. You can just get something like that. Buy them off Borry for $50. Nah, look. Obviously, I'd love more people to get into carving. It's a big passion of mine. yeah, so I'd love to eventually have people like, oh yeah, you know, I watched one of your videos, got inspired, and I did that, you know, and look, you know, I started out, I was just in a desperate situation, and I started making, I really started, I mean, I've always kind of been making stuff to a degree. I really started my woodwork as far as that I can really put my finger down on it, with walking sticks or staffs, whatever you want to call them, bush sticks. There's so many names. I still have a lot of sticks, guys. If you're ever keen for something like that, I'm not into commissions. I'm not into making things how you want it. Really, just that hasn't worked for me. So I won't even go down that road. If you like something I got, feel free. You don't have to buy my stuff, but if you go, oh, you know, Boris, show me what you got as far as staffs go. Staffs, though, I'm not really sure, because I'm not sure about posting and all that, you know. Like, so you have to be in contact with me. Plus, I don't actually sell them. I do this thing. This is just, I guess it's my own idea, but I'm not saying it hasn't been done. I just come up with it for myself. But so I'll get donations. So say my nice she oak staff. Honestly, I'd part with it for 200, which is way cheaper than it's worth. But you know, also, you know, I won't accept a donation for under 200. So technically, and this will be done in person. Technically, you will give me $200, right? And yeah, there's no promise of a stick, obviously, but it's a trust thing. Obviously, I hand over the stick, you know, I have it right there. And I would do this thing where you take it from me, so it's very much your stick. You didn't. There was a cost, but it's like you didn't buy it. So it's really kind of meant for you. If you're wondering what looks like a fire, it's maybe I'll move this. Risky. See my lantern? It flickers. Thank you, Audi. Thank you very much, Audi. So yeah, that's the clap sticks. That's a bit of product placement. So I want to talk about van life. Now, unfortunately, what I don't want to do... Oh, itchy nose. Ugh. But also don't want a big booger, because I do this in one take, man, because I'm an artiste. You know, I also don't want a big booger like doing the bungee jump, you know. Cream of van life. And you know how when they reference to cream being, you know, the juicy part of something, the good part of something. So I don't want to do something generic that just kind of generic for everyone. So I'm going to kind of try a tactic and talk about van life from a perspective of someone that doesn't have money, that's maybe creative, that has a desire to travel and, you know, and do it, you know, maybe out of necessity, but mostly out of necessity, and do it on the cheap. So I'll kind of go over a few things. I couldn't have done what I'm doing in a van without vision. It's a very spiritual thing, and vision to you see where you want to go. You make action on where you're going. For example, you obviously start with, oh, you know, I don't have a van, for example. Okay, what's a good van? Ask someone like me. I'm really open. I've told people, and so far no one's actually, that I can think of or remember, taken me up on it. I've met randoms, man. People like, you know, oh, show us about your van and show us this and that. And I use an old kitchen table to make my bed and all that. And it's cool. It's cool. It's very, very cool in a kind of, you know, use what you got way. You know, I made that little shelf up there. There's little things, you know, you have a crack at. But yeah, very few people anyone that I can even think of has actually come back to me and asked me for advice with certain things, and it takes creativity, it takes bravery, and with that, the glue that keeps all that together is vision. Look, don't be all talk. And I try to be careful with this. I'm not saying I'm never all talk. Don't be all talk. If you want to do something, or you really want to do something, do it. Life's short. It is. It's short. Might not feel short if you're going through pain. I get that. But it is short, regardless of how you feel about it. It's short. You only have a certain amount of energy, time, all that. So if you really want to do the van life thing, you know, make steps towards it. Spiritually, step out into that vision and act on it. And the step might be, okay, I'm going to talk to someone about it. I don't know, put away money. Okay, so I've talked to someone, say you talk to me, and Borry, you've asked him stuff, and I said, you know, this van's pretty good, this price range. After the pandemic stuff, vans and cars and stuff have dropped back to normal prices, I think, seemingly from what I looked at. So, you know, you start off, you'll be like, oh, you know, get my head around, you know, do a bit of research, and don't just get stuck in research though. You know, if you have to get to a certain point, go, I've researched enough. Now I need to do practical steps. Don't be, because you could be the opposite of, I wouldn't say the opposite of me, because I have done that, where you research something too much. And don't get stuck in research, because it's a balance, you know what I mean? And if you know yourself, and you know, you got good friends that speak the truth, you might be like, oh yeah, I do get caught up in just the research and planning all this stuff and nothing gets done. You know, don't take yourself too seriously. Be able to admit that about yourself. Anyway, so you'll start out and you'll probably go, I'll hypothetically say, you know what van you want to get. I highly recommend vans. So this is something I do want to talk about. I used to be one of those people, I only want a full drive. And don't question it, because I want to be able to go where you can't go. But hear me out. Very, very few times I've been in places with vans where I'm like, I wish I had a full drive. If you're traveling, especially if you're by yourself, even if you're a couple of people, I'm not scared of anything. I don't walk around scared. I don't drive around scared. I don't travel scared. But I believe in vigilance and being smart, and not, being unattractive to danger, in a sense. There's more to it, but, you know, you might go, no, you know, I insist on full drive. So I was like that, now, van all the way. Because honestly, do you really want to go off a beaten track in the butt stick of nowhere where anything can happen? Any dodgy persons there and all that, especially if you're by yourself, honestly, bad. And I just found too many people, including myself, it's not what you think it is. Like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, that might be a thing, and you've practically experienced traveling and stuff, and you know you want full drive. Fair enough, you know. But if you want to do the van life stuff and visit this city and go fishing here, there, you know, thrift shopping, go to some cool national parks. Honestly, I don't think you need a full drive. What you might be thinking, why is Borry? Who do you think you are? You know, trying to tell me not to get a full drive. Well, much more expensive. So remember, I'm not trying to cater for everyone in this speech. I'm trying to talk about if you're just a broke, no, I shouldn't say broke, but you haven't got a lot of money and you just want to do it, and let's even say you're by yourself, okay? So so I'm trying to cater towards that in this speech. I don't want to, try to, because I think everyone does that, try to talk to everyone at once. No, I want to talk to people that just have a dream. I had a dream, and so really, and there's other things too. So expensive, can be a room thing with how the full drive is. Van, like I have this Hiace, it's 84, it's pretty old. It's quite simplistic. I do a lot of things myself with it. I got it for $3,000. Put a bit of money into it, a couple of grand, like mechanically, because I was in Victoria. I had to get it roadworthy, all that. Honestly, like, and this can really vary, but $10,000, man, you can get something really good if you're looking out and you're not jumping. You're not just desperate. I have to buy something. $10,000, you get something great. It depends on your mechanical stuff. If you give stuff a crack, so let's say I'm talking about someone that gives stuff a crack, like me. You want to learn stuff and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you learn. Basics, checking your oil. Oh, this is this. That's a starter motor. That's the battery system. That's this and that. So part of this all I was thinking of maybe staying away from, but I will mention it. So I have a relationship with God, and He looks after me. I'd even say most stuff before I even ask, He looks after me because He's a good Father. Obviously, like everyone, have that relationship, but I'm also realistic that not everyone believes the same and all that. And so I just found he was too big of a part to looking after me, not to mention, if that makes sense. But like, I'll give you an example. So just above you, I'll take it down. See this little light? Now, I had an Audi's fan light thing, and that was okay for a while, but it kept falling down, kept breaking. I had it all glued up, and it was like Frankenstein's monster. I even glued the fan to the base, so you couldn't even use the fan because of just how it broke. It fell multiple times because it was heavy too. It had 4 big double D batteries. So I'm like, for a while, and I was even talking to this old guy I know, and he's really good with electronics and stuff, and he was thinking of an electronic, lighting system, but, it was just, I kind of need something. Sometimes you just need something right away. Lighting's really important, especially in a van. I want that light to come. I know it sounds fussy, but it really matters in this small space. I'll just give you the full DVD experience. The places are real. The faces are real. Look at that. That's my bed. Oh, it's pretty cluttered, my bed. See the Labyrinth pillow? How cool's that? See the back window? And back around. You know how they do those social media things and they'll have like Titanic music playing or something, and they'll have like, look at the view. Anyway, enough of that. But one thing you'll find in a small space, again, I'm talking to someone that doesn't have a lot of money, just wants to do it, where do I begin? Do your research about vans, this and that. You might not land on your feet perfectly with that, but we're resilient, us humans. And so I'll go back to this light scenario. Oh, get that fly. So this thing is really not working. And then it fell again and it smashed to pieces. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to try to fix this light again. I've got light on my fridge. I've got that little lantern. I've even got a light up here that goes flat quick, but it's bright. But again, it's not coming from above. So believe it or not, I have a lot of lights, but you need the right type of light in my scenario. So, you know, I want enough light too, so I can do crafting, you know, do a video where I'm not all like in the dark, you know. So I went to BCF, Beer Camping Fishing. I'm sure that's what it stands for, Beer Camping Fishing. But I went to light section. I'm kind of looking. I saw these two, maybe $14 range, $10 range lights, and I think they were only like, one was 120 lumens and one was 100 lumens. And I don't have a lot of cash right now, right? And I'm like, really need a light. And I asked, the chick's kind of talking to me, helping me out, and I'm telling her what I need. I sound like a grumpy old man because I'm like, I need this specifically. And when you know what works, you know what works, and that's how you'll sound. You'll sound like a dad or a grumpy old man that's just like, no, I need this one, you know. And and I was thinking about these cheaper kind of ones, the 120 lumen and the 100 lumen, and it seemed like it could get me out of trouble at least. And like I said, price range like $10, $14, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, and I'm thinking about it, and then batteries, and then I'm thinking, oh, it might be a temporary fix. And then I'm looking at these other ones, and I see this one that I showed you. It's a Coleman, rechargeable, good amount of lumen. I like the warm color of the light. It's like the, how do you say it? Amber light, not your white light. I don't want the white light. I'd rather a bright amber, and that's a bright amber. It's like 250 lumens. Which is a lot better than those little ones. But it was like, I think it was nearly $60. And that's a lot of cash for me. But you know what? I had a little test of it. It was light. It can sit up on my little hook. And it'd do the job. And my lighting issue's solved. So what did I do? I bought it. But now I've got this. It's cozy. Little things like that. It's so cozy in this environment. I've got my cooker here. But, you know, I make sure my door's open and stuff. And again, it's all stuff you need to be careful with too. When it comes to cooking inside your van, look, the bit of oil goes places. Another topic I want to talk about is cleanliness. I want to do toilet talk. I have to do toilet talk because one thing you'll realize, I know there's a lot of van life stuff you guys look at, and there's so much gobshite when it comes to van life. Seriously, some of these people that they're like, oh, we woke up here and look at the view, and they had their coffee boiling, and they don't show you that they had to shit in a bucket or like, I don't know. Or there's old grumpy guy calling them door slammers or whiz bangers and stuff. That I'm going to talk about that stuff because you know, Burry's trying to keep it real. I woke up with this view and I had diarrhea because I drank water that the algae started growing in and I got sick. You know, Burry's going to talk about that stuff. You know, if you, there's plenty of van life stuff if you want the illusion. But I'm going to talk about it, you know, like toilets, for example. So I stay in a place here in Mount Gambier, and I mean, it doesn't say I can't stay here. I keep clean if you're going to stay somewhere a lot, like because I've been stuck in Mount Gambier. Mount Gambier is home to me, but I've been going to one spot, and now I can actually go further because my radiator's fixed. So I probably could sleep in this woods area that I had. You know, secret location. Okay. But look, I'm a big male, and but I'm always vigilant. Especially where I sleep and I hang out a lot. I'm careful who I talk to. You know, it's part of my gifting too. It's my spiritual gifting, but yeah, be careful what you pick up with people and trust that stuff. And it's better to be a bit of a gypsy and offend people than get yourself in sticky situations. Sometimes it's better to remain hidden. That's one of the big advice I give to you. If you're female, I have to say, just specifically because you are a female, just be... I mean, we all have to be cautious, but... Like, I talked to this this one bird that's been living on the road for like 13 years, and I love how careful she is, and even how she communicates, she's so careful, and she's had to be like that. There's things you experience that someone could tell you, but until you experience them, they won't sink in. So for me, like, there's a public toilet right next to me, and you know, I'll have like antibacterial wipes and stuff like that, and you try to keep clean and all that. There's things I used to be fussy about that I'm no longer, because I'm living in a van in a tight spot, and you know, everything's packed, and everything can get, how do I say it? You start to find your cheats. You will, if you live in a van like me, or if you want to craft in a van like me and you have all your stuff and you're doing it on the cheap, you have to, you learn to be really specific and creative with how you go about things. Wet wipes become your friend in so many ways, probably more so with dishes with me. So like, I've got a lot of non-stick stuff, so I don't have to, even though I've got a water bottle here and detergent and stuff. Look, you might be different to me, but I personally, when it's cold or super hot, last thing I want to do is be going back and forwards. I mean, there's other issues too that I, you know, probably won't go into detail, but you know, setting up this water jug and then water and having to get water again. So even though I've got water there and plenty of it, with the non-stick stuff, I use a lot of wet wipes. I've even got these ones with conditioner. They're for washing dishes, like these certain wet wipes. I've got garbage bags. They're my friends. I fill up garbage bags and use garbage bags for my rubbish, obviously. Like I said, I cook inside, so I get a bit of oil spray on that window. And some people, that's a no-no. It's not a lot. It can, you know, maybe I'm slack with wiping it all the time. I wipe it while I'm talking to you. But yeah, there's all these little things, and if you are particular, and I'm not against particular people, everyone each to their own, but if you are very particular, very clean freak, neat freak, whatever that might mean, because what's normal these days, if you get what I mean. But if you're super tidy and super, I don't like germs, you'll either lose that and get that challenged, which I've seen that happen, even with me in certain ways, or you'll just, sorry, something just came up. Anyway, my phone interrupting me while I'm videoing. What was I saying? Or you'll just, you know, use a lot more energy and be more fussy. I knew someone that had pretty severe PTSD and became homeless. Oh boy. Yeah. Pretty full on. I've met a lot of different people, and I meet a lot of different people. I surprise myself sometimes, just the skills, the vicarious skills, and the people you meet, and how you learn to relate to so many people and all that. What else should I say about van life? If you have questions about van life with me, guys, please holler out. I do try to answer people. I've actually so far, from my recollection, people have said stuff to me that I said, yeah, I'll try that and all that, and I've done. Also very careful not to heap extra strain or pressure on myself that I can't. I don't promise a lot. I'll just say yes or no and stick to what I say. I do believe in sticking to what I say. Like this video, I said I might do a video later on, might not, and I did. But what I didn't say, I promise, guys, I will. Oh, guys, I will. I'll do a video. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'm just talking to myself. It's true. Until I put this video up, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, weirdo way. Yeah, so I feel like there's major things I missed. Yeah, there's all these things that, for some reason, a lot of women that I've met want to do the road thing. I really don't get this, but they insist on having a kettle, boiling kettle. If you're in America, so in Australia we have kettles, electric kettles. So you boil your water electronically. And for some reason, I've met a lot of women that want to hit the road, older women, and they're like, they insist on having their electric kettle for their coffee. I mean, you get the big enough solar system, but what's wrong with heating up with gas? I mean, I have great coffee. I got a this coffee machine. I like this one because it was cheap. It was like Big W or Kmart. It might be an Anko job. Good old Anko. If you're in Australia, you know what I mean. Maybe in other countries too. But I like this one because it's stainless, it's metal, and it's not aluminium like your Bayletti ones. Sorry, Bayletti. I do like the Baylettis, however you say it, but this cheap one's better because it's stainless steel. So aluminium's not good for you, guys, if you haven't worked that out. What else? So you try to make everything a lot easier for yourself, because a lot of things you're like, oh, no problem, I'll do that. Yeah, right. Oh, other reasons for a van. It's all contained. You're nice and safe in your beautiful, cozy cocoon. It's raining. It's been cold. I'm all safe and snug like a bug. Do you know what I mean, guys? It's awesome. My bed's right there. I go to bed, sleep like a bear hibernating. You know, I can close all the curtains. I've got curtains. See the curtains? They're blackout curtains, so they're proper curtains. On the inside, I got this nice green kind of felt, or whatever you want to call it. And on the other side's like this faded now, but it still does the job. Kind of. Yeah. Anyway, so it's so snuggly. What else? Sorry, I'm total. Yeah, so I think that's it for now. There's definitely things and stuff I'll touch on as I do more videos. I'm not done with you guys yet. Please don't be done with me. Guys, please, a lot of you haven't subscribed yet. Please try to subscribe. It's not hard. Please. I was going to say, I'm not begging, but I kind of am. No, it's serious, guys. I know there's a lot more support for me, but I know for a fact a lot of people haven't subscribed that watch, if you look at the numbers and people I talk to. So it means a lot. And like I keep saying, I do want to go somewhere with this, guys. The Borry Man, you know, I want to be real and have a good, I guess you could say, product, really. It's cool too. I don't know, I still pinch myself sometimes that I carve as well. You know, like I make things practically too. You know, it's so special. Look how pretty they are. See how they turned out? The light's not the best, I know, guys. But yeah, beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm gonna post it now.